Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. We have got some news to talk about today. We're going to be talking goalkeepers. We're going to be talking about the Manchester City raid. We're going to be talking about a raid on Super Frank Lampard's Everton. But before we get into that, last week's episode of Last Fan Standing, you got to go and check this one out. It was probably, without question in my opinion, the best episode of the season so far. And here is what I had to say. I was on fire last week. Probably not going to like this one, but as a Chelsea fan, we've won 2 trophies this season. 2 trophies that did not exist in the cabinet before a ball was kicked in August last year, 2021. Super Cup, Club World Cup. Whereas Liverpool, not only did they only win 2, when it looked like it could have been a miraculous miracle of 4, the fact that Chelsea won 2 trophies we've never won, the history books are going to look back at 21-22 and think, well, Chelsea's season was actually pretty special. Meanwhile, Liverpool, nobody really remembers the runners-up, which is kind of ironic when they beat us in 2 finals, the League Cup and the FA Cup. So if you guys could be so kind as to go and check the link in the description, subscribe to BetVictor's Last Fan Standing channel, make sure you watch the whole episode that you get to hear the hot take from me at the end of it. But without any further ado, let's talk about new goalkeepers. Let's talk about Kepa Arrizabalaga. Chelsea are reportedly close to agreeing a deal for Gabriel Slonina. I always say it wrong. Slonina. Do you know what? I don't know a lot about this guy, to be fair. However, were any of us really surprised when we see links to another goalkeeper? Marcus Bettinelli, let's talk about him. 3rd choice Chelsea goalie. He does a great job. He keeps the atmosphere in the dressing room nice and tight. He seems to be friends with everybody. And I think everybody involved knows that he's probably not going to play very often. However, Edouard Mendy plays for Senegal. There is an African Cup of Nations every once in a while, and Chelsea need a decent backup. Kepa is a more than astute, decent backup. However, Kepa Arrizabalaga isn't getting any younger, and when he joined Chelsea, he thought he was joining a prestigious club as the number 1. Didn't work out, he lost the spot. So when Kepa wants to leave, I don't think there are many of you, and please let me know if you think that this is outrageous and Kepa should just want to sit on the bench for his whole career. Is anyone surprised that Kepa wants to go? The great news about this business, and I won't sugarcoat it, I don't know a lot about this goalkeeper, but he's young. In terms of footballing price tags, 10 million euros is what I'm reading, or 10 million quid. It isn't a massive sum of money, and we probably could get a lot more than that for Kepa. So when Chelsea are looking to balance books, and we've got goalkeeper, defenders, midfielders, attackers, and we've got a very important transfer window. If one good goalkeeper as a backup goes out, we need a good one to come in. When there are other positions across the field that should be preferential, we need to make sure that we are saving money in some areas to leave more to spend on others. So, if you do know, I know there are a lot of people here from the United States of America. So if you do know a little bit about this guy, please give me some info in the comments down below. Would he be a decent backup replacement to Kepa? And if you think Kepa's going to go, what kind of fee do you think Chelsea will be commanding for Kepa Arrizabalaga? Moving on, it is still speculation season. Chelsea don't have deals over the line. I don't know what it is, but I feel as though I'm allergic to talking more about Jules Koundé because I follow various different Chelsea news reporters, Chelsea news outlets. I try and steer away from the less accurate ones, and I try to be the guy myself who just throws out dreadful, or not so dreadful, but very bold opinions like we're going to win the Champions League again next year. Hit the like button if you enjoy. I actually think we will. But Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus are 2 players who are reportedly looking for a way out of Manchester City. There have been some debates on social media regarding Chelsea's interest in Sterling. People constantly bring up regarding Raheem Sterling that he does miss a lot of big chances, a lot of so-called easy chances. However, Chelsea's business, when it comes to wingers, there have been so many deals that we can put and count probably on more than one hand where we've bought in attacking players from other European leagues. For whatever reason, be it the manager before Tuchel, the manager before Lampard, the manager, whoever it may be, Tuchel even, there seems to have been an issue with Chelsea finding direct wingers with an out-and-out striker or a false 9 that consistently fits. The reason why I like the idea potentially of even both Jesus and Sterling. Is it possible that Manchester City will consider selling Chelsea both in this transfer window? It seems a bit bold, but we've absolutely rinsed the Romelu Lukaku news for as long as we could have ever given it airtime here on GBFC. I think Lukaku's going to go. I said in a previous video, I want him to go. Gabriel Jesus, brilliant record. Raheem Sterling, also Premier League proven. Still, and this is the bit that I think people forget, because Raheem Sterling's been around for so long. He was doing very well at Liverpool when he broke through, made the big money move to Manchester City, won a load of trophies, and now he's probably looking at what City are doing and thinking, maybe I'm not as important as I once was. Moving to Chelsea as that Premier League proven player, joining a club who clearly do have issues when it comes to consistent attacking display and output, I just feel as though Raheem Sterling moving to Chelsea could be the reinvigoration that he needs. And it's not as if he's been poor for 2 seasons. He's 27 years old. And I think that a lot of people write Raheem Sterling off. I've made jokes about him in the past too, because Eden Hazard did a fantastically hilarious impression of his run. And as a Manchester City player, it's very easy to jump on the bandwagon and give Raheem Sterling prods and pokes here and there. But at 27 years old, I still think this guy has something serious to offer. I'm going to wrap up the final story of today's video. Not going to overdo the news at the moment because there is a lot of repetition. I get that. That's why I didn't upload over the weekend. But Richarlison has reportedly got a 3-club wish list. And Chelsea are one of Richarlison's wish list clubs. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. If Richarlison was to join Chelsea, surely we wouldn't be looking at Richarlison as a Romelu Lukaku replacement. I always say that players like Richarlison, who have got a bit of grit about them, that have got something where they dig in and fight, Chelsea desperately need that. We have got certain players, 2 examples, Mason Mount, Reece James, who play for the love of the shirt. They dig in, they fight. When they score, you see what it means to them. Richarlison is that kind of player where he's a bit of a live wire. When you come in, you just got to kind of hope that he socially integrates into the group. You've got to hope that when he comes to Chelsea, he does realise that, no disrespect to Everton to be fair, but Chelsea are a much bigger club than Everton, especially now. We are winners, and Richarlison last season was almost relegated to the Championship. So my main concern with Richarlison isn't how good of a footballer he is, because I think that in a better side, I think Richarlison's output level, which is already pretty good, wasn't his best season last year. But in a better team, in a Chelsea team that, yeah, we didn't really create that many chances in the second half of the season, but Ben Chilwell, Reece James, fully fit from the start of next season, we will go back to scoring goals. We will start creating chances again. I think Richarlison could be a good one. The only issue is, because Everton stayed in the Premier League, the kind of fee that we might be looking at, it could be a gamble. And I think the biggest question that Chelsea have regarding the Lukaku replacement is that we bought Lukaku in not just to contribute 15 goals. We bought him in to be a 25-goal striker to challenge for the Premier League. I don't know if Richarlison is that kind of striker that you can rely on for 25 Premier League goals. I kind of disregard all of the other competitions regarding the tally, because I think Chelsea's work needs to be the Premier League closing of the gap. I think we're a great cup side, and I think with or without Lukaku as a striker, I think we will always be, under Thomas Tuchel, a really, really good cup side. But is Richarlison good enough? I'm not entirely sure. Depending on Everton's fee, it's a gamble because of that personality. He could just be what Chelsea need. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I absolutely lied to you. That is not the final news stories of the day, but when it comes to centre-backs, I don't know about you lot, but I'm kind of over Chelsea being linked to any centre-back over the age of 15. Now, at this point, we are still linked with Koulibaly. We are still linked with Presnel Kimpembe. Koulibaly, I've talked about him a lot years ago on the channel. Chelsea need a centre-back. I don't know if I've said that enough to you guys. Koulibaly is getting on. Rudiger was a little bit younger. I think that if Napoli were to look for something in the region of no more than 40 million, then Koulibaly would be a brilliant, immediate Rudiger replacement. 31, you could still have 3 or 4 years. If we use Thiago Silva as an example, there could be 5 or 6 years. Koulibaly is a brilliant, brilliant defender. And I think next season, it could be a brilliant signing for this season in terms of the way we could play with Koulibaly in the team next season. Kimpembe, I don't know what it is, but I always compare Kimpembe to Marquinhos at PSG. And I think Marquinhos is just absolutely outrageous. We've been linked with him many times. I'd much rather have Marquinhos at Chelsea than Kimpembe. But anyway, going to wrap up this Chelsea news video for you guys here. Trying to keep it a bit more light. A lot of the reports are very, very similar, which is why I didn't really reiterate too much over the course of the weekend. But of course, as things break, as developments happen, if official bids are made, I might even talk about Jules Koundé again if you're lucky. Also, go and check out the BetVictor video, link in the description. As I said, the best episode that we have seen so far. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Come on, you Blues.